Hi there, my name is Brian and I'm a writer. Welcome back to my channel. And today we're going to learn how to fix the audio within Premiere Pro. If you are like me and you're using a microphone on top of your camera and recording directly to your camera, you're going to realize that the sound of your microphone feels pretty far away. And it's not only for content creators or video creators, but it also applies if you're working on a wedding, if you're doing video with your family, if you are just using it just for the sake of doing it for fun. It tends to be that the audio is pretty far away. And we have to help it a little bit to be more present, especially when you're doing conversations like interviews. So whoever is watching your video can feel that they're part of that. They're part of the conversation. It is pretty simple. Open your Premiere profile. And here I have a sequence of a video that I posted a couple weeks ago. And we're just gonna review this. This is how it sounds without any effects, anything taking place in here. You can just play the sequence. Let me fix my chair. Okay. Well, if you've been tracking with me and watching the videos, you might notice that I have improved the quality of the videos a little bit. And that is due to, it is pretty far, it is pretty distant, as if you can imagine in this case. So the way to fix it, it's pretty simple. The only thing you have to do is you go to your effects panel and then you type in compressor. And then you're gonna find a menu of compressors in there. Do not use the obsolete ones. They're obsolete, they do not work. Look for the multiband compressor, you drag and then you drop into the file that you're working on. I'm gonna drop it into the first file. Let's do it into the first two files so we can see how it sounds. The only thing you have to do is just move the timeline, you select the file, you see on this menu on the top left, if you're in the editing workspace, that you have applied the multiband compressor, you edit that compressor. In our case, we want something called broadcast. The way we do it is we click into this, we select broadcast, and then it has changed the settings for that compressor. The only thing I know, at least for my microphone, I'm using a Rode microphone. It is powered by my camera. So I know that my microphone needs about 4 to 6 decibels of gain in order to sound more present, to come up front. So I'm gonna change the gain in here. I'm gonna add 6 decibels. You have to play with this. This is personal use. And then I'm gonna change the attack to 1 millisecond and the release to 250 milliseconds. The only thing I did there is you want the effect that you are adding into your channel or into your audio channel to go in pretty quick and release pretty quick. Otherwise it doesn't sound natural, otherwise it just drags on. And this is just milliseconds. It's not that it's dragging on forever. It's not like an echo or like a reverb, but you want it to sound as natural as possible. In my case, I know that for my type of microphone and the type of audio recording devices that I'm using, this works perfect for me. The next thing you have to do, you just make sure you have the brick wall limiter in there, and that's it. We're gonna add the same effect to the next one. Multiband compressor is in there. I'm gonna edit the channel. I'm gonna go to broadcast, select it, change the gain to 6 dBs, attack to 1 millisecond, and release to 250 milliseconds. Brick wall limiter, it is on. And let's play from the beginning. This is how it sounds. Let me fix my chair. Okay. Well, if you've been tracking with me and watching the videos, you might notice that I have improved the quality of the videos a little bit. And then you do this for every single audio clip that you have. You can apply this to every single channel, either effects, music, sound effects, but there's a better way. I think that if you do it like this, and it has happened to me in the past, that I forget to apply to one channel, I export my video, and then when I'm watching it, or sometimes even when the video is published, I realized that, ooh, shoot, I forgot to add a compressor or the audio is too low in there. So there's a better way to do it. Let's delete the effects that we have in the channel. So multiband compressor, let's delete this guy. And let's delete this guy. The easiest way for me to apply this is if you go to your workspaces. So if you cannot find your workspace, the only thing you have to do is tap in here in the corner, click there, and then you might find it here on the side. In our case, we're going to try to find the audio one, and this is what's going to open. You have your timeline at the bottom, you have your working files on the left, you have your video, and we're looking for the audio track mixer. If you cannot find the audio track mixer, the only thing you have to do is you go to your window, you go audio track mixer, and then review in sequence. That's it. If you look at the top of the audio track mixer, you have this little arrow in here. You tap it, and once you click on that arrow, you're gonna have this menu opening. These are slots that you can add effects into your mixer. In our case, we click the first one, click the arrow, it'll drop out a menu. Then you go to amplitude and compressor, multiband compressor, and the effect is applied. Notice that I have labeled every single audio track that I have in here. Audio, music, sound effect, sound effect, sound effect, and you have your master, which is your exporting audio. That's what you have. You have one single channel, stereo, left and right, of course. In my case, I'm just working with the audio. I added a compressor, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click on the multiband compressor, double click on that. It opens the exact same menu we just saw. Open this preset, go to broadcast, it makes the changes. In my case, I need about a 6, so I select 6 dB, and then attack 1, release 250. That's about it. Break wall limiter is on, and everything is on. If you go to the beginning, let me fix my chair. Okay. Well, if you've been tracking with me and watching the videos, you might notice that I have improved the quality of the videos a little bit, and that is due to better lights. In this case, the one I'm using right now to the effect on off portion. To me, this is an experiment, and I'm trying to do on videos that I like. I'm passionate about things, and I want to show to the world that I like and the way I see things. On. In my case, I'm a writer, so I like to show. I hope this was helpful. And I'm just gonna throw another tip for you guys. If you guys are working with music, in my case, I work with Epidemic Music. I found that it is pretty easy to find the tracks I'm looking for. Music is always being updated, and also has a lot of sound effects, and I like to use sound effects into my mixes. What I'll do is, I already drop a track in here. It's music, let me play with the music, and you might realize that this has happened to you guys, that the music is competing with the voice. If that's the case, let me play how it will sound. Let me fix my chair. Okay. Well, if you've been tracking with me and watching the videos, you might notice that I have improved the quality of the video. If this is the case, that it is what is happening to you, and it has happened to all of us when we're starting, the only thing you have to do is, hey, you can manipulate the channel in here. Not the individual track, but the whole channel. So anything or any piece of music that you put in here is going to be affected. In my case, I know that whenever I have dialogue on top of music, I know that my music needs to be around like -14 to -17 decibels. So it sounds like a little bed where my voice can flow on top, and it feels it's complementing and not clashing with it. In this case, I'm just gonna have a -14, and let's see how it sounds. Hit enter. This is why I label every single thing in here, so I know that I'm affecting that channel. Let's go to the beginning. Let me fix my chair. Okay. Well, if you've been tracking with me and watching the videos, you might notice that I have improved the quality of the video. Yep, and that's all I have to do. One thing to keep in mind is try to not to peak. You see these red tabs in here, just tap it. That means that something inside of your audio is a little bit too high. Then you can do individual corrections for that. I noticed that whenever the drum starts hitting here, let's go back to the editing workspace. And if you click on the file, you can just keyframe it in here. I'm gonna keyframe it here. Just make sure that you understand that at this point my music is at -14 decibels. So this 0 that you find in here, it's considering that your baseline is -14 at this point. Not that everything is 0, so the music is not loud. You already affected the channel. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna keyframe that, which is -14 in real life. I'm gonna move a little bit to the front of it, like 1 or 2 frames, and then I'm gonna add a -2, which will make it effectively -16 dBs in my case. And then I'm gonna go to the front of it, and then I'm gonna go again -2, keyframe it, -2, enter to keyframe it, and then I'm gonna move a little bit to the front of it, and then I'm gonna go to 0. So what it's doing is it's taking it from -14 to -16 to -14 again, and it's a very smooth transition for you. If you go to your audio channel again and you play just that little part, in this case where the drums come in. Let me fix my chair. Okay. Well, if you've been tracking with me and that's it. There's no more peeking. I hope this was helpful for you guys. Do not forget to subscribe. See you guys in the next one. Peace.